Okay, good morning class. Okay, we are now in our week 13 of our module 5. We are now on our lesson number 4 and lesson number 5. Inaagahan ko na yung pag-post natin ng mga topics natin and especially our recorded screen videos because definitely next week na yung I think it's January 14 to 16 yung final exam natin. Meron pa tayong 4 topics, no? O 4 modules because all in all we have 16 modules for operations management with TQM. Okay, so right now we are now in our module 5 and we'll be talking more about facilities layout and designing process layout. Okay, so let's start with our topic. Okay, so in our lesson number 4, we focus on what we call layout. Okay, so we know that layout refers to the configuration of departments, work centers, and equipment, with particular emphasis on movement of work through the system. This section describes the main types of layout designs and the models used to evaluate design alternatives. So, napakahalaga sa atin, especially in our design facilities layout, where are we going to place the other equipments or machines or tools, because at this point nagfo-focus tayo sa effectiveness and efficiency of our workers, kasi pag alam natin na maganda ang pagkaka-layout nung workplace natin, mas efficient and mas effective ang output natin in terms of delivering, in terms of the delivery of the services and on the production of goods and Okay, so as in the other areas of system design, layout decisions are important for 3 basic reasons. Number 1, they require substantial investments of money and effort. Okay, so it's very critical, alam na natin na napaka-importante na ma-determine natin yung facilities layout, yung layout natin, no? Yung areas of system of design, kung ano yung itsura na magiging opisina natin or anong magiging itsura ng area of work natin. Kasi napaka-importante, kailangan dapat we are also conducive in delivering the certain goods and services to our customers, no? Dahil maganda rin ang ambience, no? Ambience ng ating work and office or our facilities. Okay, so they involve in long-term commitments which makes mistakes difficult to overcome, and they have a significant impact on the cost and efficiency of operations. Yes, yun yung tinatawag natin cost and efficiency of operations, no? Na napofocus natin, nakikita natin kung kaano ba kadali or gaano ba kabilis magtrabaho, in a sense na nasa iyo o malapit sa inyo yung mga equipments na kakailanganin mo. Okay? So, the need for layout planning arises both in process of designing new facilities and in redesigning existing facilities. The most common reasons for redesign of layouts include inefficient operations, no? So, ang ginagawa nila, pinapalitan nila yung mga facilities, yung layout nila because hindi maganda, inefficient yung sistema. So, what are those reasons, no? Yung safety hazards, baka nakaka-aksidente yung layout ng area, so kailangan palitan yung itsura ng layout yung design nung pagkakaayos nung opisina natin or in our workplace or in the delivery of the different services. Okay? Changes in the design of product or services, may pagkakaiba, nadadagdagan ng ating product design, so kailangan natin ibahin yung layout. Okay? Then the introduction of new products or services, may bagong products or system tayo or design tayo, may bagong produkto, kailangan natin mag-adjust para sa pag-create or pagkakagawa ng bagong product. No, ibahin na naman natin ang layout. Changes in the volume of output or mix of outputs. Okay? Dumadami na ngayon ang ating outputs. So, if dumadami ang production natin, production rate natin, or production output natin dumadami, iibahin natin yung layout. We need a bigger area to be able to handle or to accommodate, no? Kailangan ma-accommodate nung area yung production output natin, na ayaw na rin naman natin na yung mga na-produce natin na products iniiwan na lang sa gilid-gilid o tinatabi na lang. Dapat kailangan meron din tayong stock room or meron tayong maganda ang inventory management system natin. No, nakikita natin na maayos ang pagkakasalansan ng mga products natin. Okay? So, changes in methods or equipment. Okay? That is also one factor, no? Yung changes in methods, baka napaganda na natin yung sistema. We have already a systematic approach in terms of the delivery of our services, no? Na-lessen na natin yung process, mas mapabilis na yung proseso. So, kailangan natin ibahin yung layout ulit. Okay? We remove one part of the system, we remove a part or another part of the system, kaya i-redesign na natin yung layout. For example, yung pagkakaayos sa opisina natin, natanggal na natin ang isang part doon, kaya kailangan na natin i-avoid yung system na yon, tatanggalin na natin yon, aayusin na natin yun, para mas mabilis yung the delivery of services. Okay? So, that is one aspect. For example, okay, napansin nyo pag pumupunta kayo sa McDonald's noon, yung layout ng system nila, di ba? Pag there are two form of process layout nila. Yung sa process layout nila, in terms of ordering, meron yung dati pag mag-order ka, diretso ka sa cashier, di ba? Tapos yung isa naman, yung type of ordering process ng ordering mo is yung with the use of electronic gadget, yung touch screen. Okay? So doon pa lang, doon sa process facilities layout, nakita natin na iba ang pila doon sa mga kukuha ng orders doon direct sa cashier. Iba na naman ang pila doon sa may part ng touch screen, di ba? So, in that certain layout, magkaiba yung process. Kasi dati kung napapansin niyo yung wala pa yung touch screen, there are about 5 POS machines na pwede kang pag-orderan. Now, tinanggal nila, ginawa na nilang 3. Doon, yun, iniba yung layout. No? That's what we call changing the layout because there is a new system. Kasi ano yung new system doon? Yung ordering system na gamit natin ng touch screen. Okay? So that's that's an example of yung changes in methods or equipment. Kasi may bagong equipment, iba yung layout natin in terms of ordering. Okay? Yun. Okay. Changes in environmental or other legal requirements. Okay? Na iniiba na natin yung proseso ng process. Then moral problems, for example, lack of face-to-face contact. For example, yung sa layout system natin, in terms of dun sa enrollment system natin, di ba? Dun sa enrollment system, hindi pwedeng tayo makipag face-to-face contact noon. Ano yung nangyayari with the use of electronic forms? Ganun yung system of layout natin. Ganun na yung ginagamit natin. Hindi na tayo pwedeng mag-direkta dito sa university for the enrollment. So, ang ginagamit na lang natin is electronic forms. So, that's already a process layout also. Okay? The process layout. Okay. So, the basic objective of layout design is to facilitate a smooth flow of work, material, and information through the system. Supporting objectives generally involve the following. Number 1 is to facilitate attainment of product or service quality. Yes. Kasi ang ginagawa natin, kaya inaayos natin yung layout design natin is number 1, yung efficiency, the efficiency of the service. Okay? So, pag efficient yung service natin, mas mapabilis natin yung pag-deliver ng products natin or pag-deliver ng services natin. Definitely na-attain natin yung service quality. Na-attain natin yung objective natin. Okay. Next is to use workers and space efficiently. Yes, definitely. Okay. Kung maayos natin yung layout natin, may mga ibang empleyado na pag naayos na natin yung layout natin, maganda na yung sistema natin. Okay? May mga iba na nagiging productive na yung mga workers natin kasi number one, yung workplace tapos yung layout and also in the process layout na nagagamit na natin. Nagagamit na natin yung mga tao in terms of hindi lang yun yung tinatrabaho nila, kundi they can also help in other ways. Okay? To avoid bottlenecks, to avoid yung bottlenecks dito. Ito yung sinasabi natin, dito nagkaklag. Okay? Dito na yung choke point nung pila, for example, doon sa sistema. So, ina-avoid natin yung choke point, ina-avoid natin yung bottleneck. So, inaayos natin yung layout. For example, pag pumipila kayo sa isang lugar, okay, meron yung isang tinatawag na bottleneck. Doon na yung nagkakaroon ng problema doon sa pila. So, that's bottleneck. So, iniisip nila, ginagawa na nila ng magandang layout in order not to have a bottleneck or a choke point. Iba yung checkpoint, iba yung choke point. Okay? To minimize material handling cost, yung transport and delivery of certain goods and services from your own office, from point A to point B to point C. Okay? Kung mas mabilis, natatanggal mo na yung point B, from point A to point C na lang, mas mabilis yung handling ng materials. Okay? To eliminate unnecessary movement, okay? Unnecessary movement of workers or materials, okay? For example, hindi maganda yung pagkaka-layout ng opisina, pupunta ka lang sa isang area, pasikot-sikot ka pa, so nagkakaroon tayo ng unnecessary movement. Mas maganda yung smooth flowing yung movement doon sa loob ng opisina. To minimize production time or customer service time, yun nga, na-eliminate natin yung layout natin, yung sa process layout, mas napapabilis natin, mas na-attain natin, mas mabilis yung production ng goods natin, kaya nakakapag-deliver tayo ng mas mabilis sa mga customers natin. And the last one is the design for safety. Okay? So, yung hazards doon sa office natin or doon sa pagka-layout natin sa production of goods or doon sa area natin, kailangan ini-eliminate natin yung hazard. Dapat walang nakakasagabal na may nakakaroon ng aksidente. Okay? Then we have the three basic types of layout. Number one is the repetitive processing or product layouts. So product layouts are used to achieve a smooth and rapid flow of large volume of goods or customers through a system. This is made possible by highly standardized goods or services that allow highly standardized repetitive processing. The work is divided into a series of standardized tasks, permitting specialization of equipment and division of labor. The resulting arrangement forms line like the one depicted in figure 6.3 in manufacturing environment. Okay? Ito yung tinatawag nating the lines are referred to as production lines or assembly lines. Okay? Depending on the type of activity involved. So what is a production line? Is the standardized layout arranged according to fixed sequence of production tasks. And assembly line, the fixed sequence of assembly tasks. So, ito yon. So, from our raw materials to station 1, after nun na-assemble na natin yung first part, it goes to station 2, ma-assemble na naman yung another part, ma-add na naman yung another part, until into the finished item or in station 65 no nando design until the finished item. That's a flow line for production of services. Ito yung pagkaka-layout. Okay. So, meron naman in service processes, the term line may or may not be used in common as to for a cafeteria or sa mga karinderya. For example, from the tray and silver, no, pag pipila ka, kunyari, pipila ka, pupuntang bibili ng pagkain mo, okay? Ano yung unang gagawin mo? Kukuha ka ng tray, di ba? Pag kukuha ka ng tray, ano yung unang pupuntahan mo? Pagkuha ng tray, pipili ka ngayon ng pagkain mo. Pag pili naman ng pagkain mo, kukunin mo na yung pagkain, lalagay mo na sa tray. Then, move to the next. Kukuha ka na ngayon ng kanin mo. Then, after nakakuha ng kanin mo, move to the next. Ano yung next mo na doon? Kukuha ka ng drinks mo. Then, the last part will be paying for your ordered item. So, that is also an example of what we call a product repetitive processing or on what we call product layouts. Okay? Ito yung example natin ng figure 6.4. Okay? Illustrates the layout of a typical cafeteria serving line. Yun yung example mo kanina. Okay? So, product layouts achieve high degree of labor and equipment utilization which tends to offset their higher equipment costs because items move quickly from operation to operation. The amount of work in process is often minimal. So, consequently, operations are so closely tied to each other that the entire system is highly vulnerable to being shut down because of mechanical failure or high absenteeism. Maintenance procedures are geared to this. We call it what we call preventive maintenance. Preventive maintenance is a periodic inspection and replacement of worn parts of those with high failure rates, reduces the probability of breakdowns during the operations. Okay? So, mayroon siyang yung tinatawag natin preventive maintenance to avoid any problems or breakdowns during the course of operation. So, definitely, pag may nagkakandak tayo ng preventive maintenance, minomonitor natin kung yung capacity ng mga worn parts, ilang oras ba or ilang months ba kailangan na gumana yung machine na yon until we try to until na ayusin na naman natin yung mga machines or aayusin yung mga equipments. Okay? The main advantages of product layouts are, number one, a high rate of output, low unit cost due to high volume. The high cost of specialized equipment is spread over many units. Labor specialization, which reduces training cost and time and results in a wide span of supervision. Number 4, low material handling cost per unit. Okay. Number 5, high utilization of labor and equipment. Number 6, the establishment of routing and scheduling in the initial design of the system. And we have primary disadvantages. The intensive division of labor usually creates dull, repetitive jobs that provide little opportunity for advancement. Ibig sabihin, paulit-ulit, yun na lang at yun ang ginagawa mo. Okay, so pag yun na lang yun ang ginagawa mo, definitely, anong nangyayari? There's no room for improvement. Yun na lang ginagawa mo for you, no, professionally. So definitely, nagkakaroon tayo ng poorly skilled workers kasi yun ang alam na lang nilang ginagawa. For example, packaging, nagpa-package na lang sila ng goods until yung there's no room for improvement, ayun lang ang alam nila, nagpa-package. So pag transfer mo sa ibang area na yan, aside from packaging, pag transfer mo sa iba, anong mangyayari? Hindi niya alam kung ano yung gagawin niya kasi there is no opportunity for advancement. Okay? The system is fairly inflexible in response to changes. So there's no change in that will happen, no, within the system. So hindi siya flexible. Okay? The system is highly susceptible to shutdowns caused by equipment breakdowns. So pag nag-shutdown, for example, mag-i-stop operation natin kasi nagka-problema yung isang computer. Pag nagka-problema yung isang part dun sa isang station, hindi matutuloy yung the whole production. Okay? So yun yung nagiging disadvantage ng product layout. And preventive maintenance, the capacity for quick repairs and spare parts inventories are necessary expenses. Then incentive plans tied to individual output are impractical since they cause variations among outputs of individual workers. Okay, so that is on product layout. Now we have the what we call U-shaped layouts. Okay, U-shaped layouts, although a straight production line may have intuitive appeal, a U-shaped line has a number of advantages that make it worthy of consideration. One disadvantage of a long straight line is that interferes with cross-travel workers and vehicles. A U-shaped line is more compact and it often requires approximately half the length of a straight production line. So, in terms doon sa U-shaped layouts, the facilities layout in terms of your own, in terms of the facility, hindi ganun kalaki yung there's no need for a bigger room, no? A bigger room for a U-shaped layout. So, limited, kailangan mo lang kahit na maliit lang yung space, pwede na doon sa U-shaped layout in terms of the production. Okay? So in U-shaped line permits increased communication among workers on the line because workers are clustered, thus facilitating teamwork. So yun yung pinakaganda ng U-shaped line. So you're able to see in our figure 6.5 yung mga workers dito, no? Kokonti yung workers natin pero nakakapag-communicate nila. Unlike doon sa product layout na straight line na walang interaction to other members of the production team. Kasi ang nakakapag-communicate ka lang sa kanya is yung katabi mo. You cannot able to communicate yung for example, nasa station 5 ka, mahirapan ka makipag-communicate dun sa station 1. Unlike dito sa U-shaped production line, no, nakikita natin na there is what we call a communication. Okay? So not all situations lend themselves to U-shaped layouts. On highly automated lines, there is less need for teamwork and communication. And entry and exit points may be on opposite sides of the building. Also, operations may need to be separate because of noise or contamination factors. This is on what we call production aspect. Okay. Then we have the non-repetitive processing or what we call the process layouts. Okay, the process layouts are designed to process items or provide services that involve a variety of processing requirements. The variety of jobs that are processed requires frequent adjustment to equipment. This causes a discontinuous workflow, which is referred to as intermittent processing. Okay, so for example, okay, we have our figure 6.6. Dito dun sa process layout, for example, in terms of dito sa office, kailangan mo magpapirma. Magpapapirma ka ng 6 na tao. Okay, dun sa 6 na tao yun, first level 3, second level of signatures 3. Doon dito sa tinatawag nating non-repetitive, pwede kang mag-start kay Mr. letter C, then pupunta ka ng letter B, tapos pupunta ka ng letter A. Pwede kang mag-jump off doon sa first level. Doon yung tinatawag nating functional or process layout, okay, which is used for intermittent processing. Ito, ginagamit din sa job shop. Because sa job shop, there are different parts in terms of production. For example, nasa manufacturing tayo. In manufacturing, no, sa manufacturing, ano yung example natin sa job shop? Furniture. Doon sa manufacturing, for example, yung department A, sila yung gumagawa ng upuan ng silya. Yung department C, siya yung gumagawa nung sandalan. Yung department E, siya yung nag-assemble. So, yung department A, department C, pwedeng yung process layout nila, they can start whether they want it or not. Bahala na si department A doon sa assembly line. So, hindi kailangan na sunod-sunod, no? Yung sa process layout, hindi kailangan sunod-sunod yung proseso. Unlike dun sa product layout na kailangan mag-start sa 1, susunod yung 2, 3. Doon sa process layout, pwedeng mag-iba-iba until we are able to attain what we call the finished output. Okay? So, process layouts have both advantages and disadvantages. The advantages of process layouts include the following. The systems can handle a variety of processing requirements. The systems are not particularly vulnerable to equipment failures. General purpose equipment is often less costly than the specialized equipment used in product layouts, and it is easier and less costly to maintain. It is possible to use individual incentive systems also. Okay, the disadvantages in process inventory cost can be high if batch processing is used in manufacturing system. Okay, yung inventory kasi yung si Department A, gawa lang siya ng gawa ng paanong silya. Si Department B, gawa din ng yung inventory cost mas madami kasi hindi natin mapagtugma. Kasi sa kanya, either or of the production is different. Routing and scheduling post continual changes. Yes, in terms of the demand, right, may certain changes. Kasi iba yung material na gagamitin doon sa sandalan. So, pag iba yung gagamitin doon sa sandalan, hindi dumating, nagkakaroon ng changes. Okay? Equipment utilization rates are low. Okay? Pag iba yung pagkakagamit. Material handling is low and efficient and more costly per unit than in product layouts. Okay? Handling niya is hindi continuous, hindi dire-diretso yung pagta-travel. Kasi depende sa pagkaka-store ng product, yung inventory handling na naman niya is another factor of concern. Okay? Job complexities often reduce the span of supervision and result in higher supervisory cost than with product layouts. Kasi, no? Iba yung nagtatrabaho, iba yung supervisor sa department A, iba yung supervisor sa department B. So, tendency, supervisory cost, mas mataas. Kasi, dalawang binabayaran mo na tao. Unlike doon sa product line, naiisa lang, dire-diretso. Kasi, definitely, may kailangan matin yung objective, matatapos yung product. Accounting, inventory control, and purchasing are much more involved than with product layouts. Okay? So, then we have, the next one is a fixed position layouts. The item being worked on remains stationary and workers' materials and equipments are moved about as needed. This is in marked contrast to product and process layouts. Okay? Almost always, the nature of the product dictates this arrangement. Weight, size, bulk, or some other factors make it undesirable or extremely difficult to move the product. Okay? Fixed position layouts, yung for example, shipyard. Okay? Naka-steady lang yung production. Tao na yung nagtatrabaho, tao na yung nagtatransport. Sino yung magawa. Okay? Construction of a building is also another fixed position layout. Okay? Yung mga materials are coming in, they just try to put up the building or construct the building on a certain location. Okay? Then we have the combination of layouts. The three basic layouts, no? Yung process layout, product layouts represent the two ends of continuum form from small jobs to continuous production. Okay? So, in a particular situation, pwedeng ganun. Okay? Kunyari, dun sa enrollment system ninyo, diba? Dire-diretso yung enrollment system, tapos may changes pag yung combination if you are a scholar, diba? Ibang process na naman yung pupuntahan nyo until na makapag-enroll kayo. Okay? So, definitely ganun yung system. Okay? Then, we have what we call cellular production or cellular layouts. Cellular production is a type of layout in which workstations are grouped into what is referred to as a cell. Groupings are determined by the operations needed to perform work for a set of similar items or part families that require similar processing. Yun, yung magkakaparehas, nag-group into one. Pero iba-ibang product. Okay? For example, yung cellular layout, cellular production. Okay? Dun sa wheel set ng isang sasakyan, assembly line ng sasakyan, cellular production, iba yung gumagawa ng gulong, iba yung gumagawa ng rims, iba yung nag-i-install ng rims tsaka dun sa gulong. Pero isang area lang sila. Okay? That's another factor. Okay? So, that's what we call the cellular production. Okay? So, comparison of process and cellular layouts. Ito yun. Paiba-iba. Okay? So, pare-parehas ng area, pero paiba-iba yung department, area process. Okay. Then we have what we call the service layouts. Okay. As this case with manufacturing, service layouts can be categorized as product, process, or fixed position layouts. Okay. In a fixed position service layout, okay, materials, labor, and equipment are brought to the customer's residence or office. Process layouts are common in services due to mainly to the high degree of variety in customer processing. Okay. So, hindi siya yung product layout na continuous, dapat na step 1, step 2, step 3 na susunod. Pero yung service layouts different. It's a process layout. It can start from, again, the process, the steps can start from 3 and finish, then pwede natatapos na number 1. Okay. Okay. Service layout requirements are somewhat different from manufacturing layout requirements. The degree of customer contact and the degree of customization are two key factors in service layout design. Okay, so there are different types of service layouts. We have the warehouse and storage layouts. Okay, example yung si warehouse and storage layouts, yung si Pepsi, nagwe-warehousing sila. Si Coca-Cola, napapansin nyo dito sa mga warehousing nila dito, may mga different warehousing dito dito sa part ng Vegan. Okay, and also in Santo Domingo. Retail layouts, okay, yung mga retail layouts, yung mga groceries. These are examples of retail layouts. Office layouts, so offices. Restaurant layouts, okay. So restaurant layouts, makikita natin magkakaiba in terms of layout ng fast food. Iba ang layout ng fast food, iba yung layout din ng fine dining, di ba? Sa fast food, kailangan malaki yung area mo in terms of ordering. Tapos yung mga upuan limited sa malapit sa may ordering area, tapos mandami sa taas. Iba naman yung sa fine dining. Sa fine dining, limited lang yung area doon sa ordering kasi yung mismong service crew, sila yung mismong pupunta lalapit doon sa mga customers nila. So, magkakaiba ang restaurant layouts. Hospital layouts, it can also be different. Okay? Magkakaiba rin. Diba? So, ano yung layout nila? Kailangan ward room, private room, tapos yung mga laboratories sa baba, ganun yung mga hospital layouts. Okay? Automation in services, ganun din. One way to improve productivity, reduce cost is one way yung tinatawag natin automated services. Okay? Now we go to lesson 5.5, which is the designing process layouts. Okay? So the main issue in designing process layout concerns the relative positioning of the departments involved as illustrated in 6.10. Okay? The work centers to be assigned. Kailangan na-identify mo yung design mo ng process layout. Okay? The designing of process layout depending on the different steps of your process layouts in order to attain a certain objective. For example, yung process mo. For example, kukuha ka ng permit mo sa mayor's permit. Ano yung step 1? Kailangan yung step 1 nasa unahan. Step 2, step 3, magkakasunod in terms of process layout. Na yung work centers to be assigned. Kailangan yung work centers must be assigned to certain locations para hindi abala sa mga tao. Locations can also be influenced by external factors such as location of entrances, loading docks, elevators, windows, and areas of reinforced flooring are also important. Okay? So, kailangan ganun naman talaga. Sino yung mga nasa unahan? Sila yung mga, in terms yung, sila yung tinatawag nating front desk in terms sa hotel. Sila will always be the front desk, will always be the first part of the system or the process. Then definitely yung layout magkakasunod na para hindi nalilito yung mga tao in processing their requirements. Okay? So the measure of effectiveness in one advantage of process layout is the ability to satisfy a variety of processing requirements. Okay? So, ano yung measure effectiveness natin dito? Yung time, the cost, and the efficiency. Kung yung isang kino-consider natin. Okay? So, customers or materials in the system require different operations and different sequences of operations which cause them to follow different paths through the system. Okay? So, the design of process layout requires the following information. Number 1, a list of departments or work centers to be arranged. Sino-sino. Kailangan inform yung mga tao what are those certain steps and who are those individuals assigned to this certain work centers. Okay? A projection of future workflows between the various work centers. They should emphasize a work flow chart. Okay, yung sa flow chart, makikita natin doon the system, the flow of the system. From step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. Ipapakita mo yung mga steps doon. Para pag tinignan ng isang customer mo, makikita na definitely yung flow of the process in terms of setting requirements, no? Kung ano yung steps doon dapat nakalagay, alam ng mga tao. The distance between locations and the cost per unit of distance to move loads between. Kailangan hindi magkakalayo yung distansya from step 1 to step 2. So that it should be effective or efficient, no? Yung time and cost ang kino-consider natin. Pag malayo, mas mahaba yung time, mas costly. Okay? So yung isang cost, a factor. The amount of money to be invested in the layout. A list of any special considerations, okay? If there are any special considerations, if there are any actions to be needed in terms of in the different certain steps, okay? The next, the location of key utilities, access and exit points, loading docks and so on is in the existing buildings. So definitely kailangan alam mo. No, hindi yung ang entrance mo nandun pa lang sa likod tapos lalabas ka dito pala sa harap. Kailangan kino-consider natin yun yung measures of effectiveness. Kailangan pagdating mo doon malapit yung entrance tapos yung sa end point ng process dapat malapit din yung exit doon. Hindi yung baka yung exit, yung entrance mo nasundan dito sa point A, pagdating mo doon sa part ng finish last step, babalik ka na naman sa step 1, doon lalabas. So, that should also be considered. Okay? Okay, so the ideal situation is to first develop a layout design and then design the physical structure around it, thus permitting maximum flexibility in design. Okay, so napaka-importante na i-layout nyo muna yung process layout, then the design of the infrastructure are to be considered. Okay? So, that's it for our Module 5 for Week 13. Okay? So, I'll be giving you for your activity, no? For your activity, you can pass them until Wednesday next week. Okay? So, yun, if there are any questions or concerns about our Week 13 topic on Module 5, again, please comment on our comment section in our Google Classroom, and I'm gladly to answer these certain questions. Okay? So, again, I repeat, the week activity for Week 13 shall be passed on Wednesday next week. So, that is 13. Okay? Yeah, 13. Okay? So, again, good morning and good day to everyone.